The U.S. economy is the most powerful in the world. The fundamentals are strong. Yes, we are facing many challenges, but nothing that can't be fixed.
America, America, the tide is rising fast. Now don't you think it's time now to remember your great past? America, America, now the tide can still be turned. Just open up your eyes and see the lesson to be learned.
Hey, this is Paul Barrett, and just want to do a little video on how to fix the economy. How do we fix the economy? Well, I say the first step is to acknowledge that the economy is broken. But I want to get to some of the underlying facts and some of the basics of economics and money management principles and budgeting principles, because they all intertwine and apply to the economy. Some of you know that I'm a CPA and a CFP, Certified Public Accountant, Certified Financial Planner. I've done personal financial planning, and I've also done business consulting. So I understand what makes a healthy business, what makes a healthy family in regards to finances. So if we're talking about money, I understand how it operates in a business, I understand how it operates in a family unit. And these principles are pretty close and pretty much the same. When we get into a business, I've done business turnarounds where I've helped businesses that were sick and non-profitable turn them into profitable businesses. And some of the things that I look for are the way they manage money. How do they manage their money? And when I go into a financial planning situation, one of the questions I ask is, and some of the things I look for is, how does this person manage their money? So if we talk about the economy, what we have to understand is we have to look at how does the administration, how does the politicians, the people in charge, in control, the Congress, the Senate, the President, how well do they manage money? It's simple as that. How are they managing the money? In a business situation, if somebody's mismanaging the money, that business is going to fall apart. In a financial planning situation, if somebody mismanages the money, that family is going to fall apart. And in terms of a nation, if the politicians in charge of money mismanage the money, that nation's economy is going to fall apart. Our economy is broken. So before we fix it, we have to acknowledge that it's broken. We have to put some responsibility on those people in charge of handling the economy. So usually in most situations, I believe it's, the president gets the heat because the president has some of the most powerful, is one of the most powerful people in government. And I'm not going to point fingers, but what I want to say is there's a problem here, okay? And it needs to be addressed. We need to manage our money better as a nation. So we have to get that debt under control. We got to stop spending money that we don't have and quit borrowing money. Okay, as you and your family, when you're doing your personal financial planning, if you looked at some of my videos, if you talked to a financial planner, read books on financial planning, you have to live within your means. So it doesn't matter if you earn $1 million a year. If you spend $2 million, you're going to run into financial difficulties. That's a fact of life. That's basic personal financial planning, is to live within your means. I do not know of one professional planner or any kind of financial planner that will not advocate and recommend that a family lives within their means. Now, I want to say I believe that same principle applies to our economy. The government has to learn to live within its means. As a family unit, Sure, it's fun to go buy that brand new house. It's fun to go buy a brand new car. It's fun to go on vacations. And you might be able to talk yourself into thinking that you absolutely need it. But the fact is, if you can't afford it, you don't buy it. And if you do, you will jeopardize your financial situation. And we've seen that happen. In the real estate bust, I gave warnings to people not to buy. We were in a bubble. But people were borrowing in excess. They were borrowing too much money. Traditionally, you need to have a certain percent down on your home. And I find that even the traditional 20 and 30% is too little. I believe a person should have a lot more and use their down payment to gauge as an indication to gauge how much they can truly afford. So if you can only afford to put $5,000 on a home, you honestly can't afford that home. But if you can put 40%, then you maybe can afford the home. It's just a little indication gauge that I use. But put it in perspective of the government. Well, in the case of government, they have programs. They go, oh, we need to have this program. It's nice to have this program. And they keep adding programs. They keep spending money. And they don't take into consideration how to balance their budget. Personal financial planning, that's what I teach you, is how to balance your budget and not just balance it, but to have an excess that you can put into investments for your financial future. Well, our government is not doing that. So you want to fix the economy? Find people who know how to fix the economy, who just open your eyes, quit thinking political, think of the person who can fix the economy, get it back on track, and see if that person can be put in charge. Okay, well, there's just one way, some of the underlying causes of why the economy is suffering and how it relates to businesses and how it relates to your personal financial picture. These are same principles. Don't spend more money than you take in, and don't waste money. You can't afford things, don't buy them. It applies to a person, it applies to a business, and it applies to a nation. All right, this is Paul Barrett. Just want to say, God bless you, and wishing you a life of wisdom, financial wisdom.